When you first stepped into your job, you might not have been thinking that you would be in it for as long as you have been. But lately, you've been feeling like,
it's been 84 years.
And you're ready for a change. But how do you write your resume if you've only held one job for a really long time? Like 10 years, 15 years, or even over 20 years. In this video, I'll show you how. I'm Kamara Toffolo, resume writer, LinkedIn consultant, job search strategist, and LinkedIn top voice who helps established professionals dare to do work differently and land great fitting gigs. I post new job search videos every Tuesday and go live with job search training every Thursday. So hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell to get notifications. My videos will equip you with some of the most valuable information that will help make your job search easier, because job searching shouldn't be this hard. First of all, I really want to put your mind at ease. If you've been feeling some sort of regret for staying in one job for a really long time, I want to let you know that it is okay. There are a number of reasons that might keep you in the same job for a long time. And if it's because you've enjoyed your work, you've felt challenged, and that you've been able to grow in your job, that you've really liked your employer, why wouldn't you stay? When it comes to writing our resume, there are challenges of having one job and how it appears on paper. Not long ago, I created a video on how to address multiple jobs at the same employer and how that might look on your resume. The challenges in having multiple jobs at the same employer are similar to having just one job at the same employer. When you're with the same employer for a long time, whether you've held multiple jobs or one job, the main goal for your resume is to show that you have progressed, developed, and grown as a professional. Usually on resumes, we'd be able to show progress through multiple roles. But obviously that's not an option here, so we work with what we've got. So let's get into some details. If you have over 5 years of work experience, and you probably do if you're watching this video, you may feel pressured to write a 2-page resume. But your situation is fairly unique. If your entire career has been one role over a long period of time, then I really don't want you to feel stressed or like you must create a 2-page resume. In fact, I would encourage you to aim for a 1-page resume in your case. If you go for a 2-page resume, you'll probably have a resume that has way too much white space and makes it look like you might be forgetting something or omitting some information. Or you might feel that in order to fill the space, you need to use filler and fluff to make it work. We want to avoid that completely. We always want our resumes to be written in a targeted way. And a 1-page resume should really help you do that. I've written several resumes for professionals with long-term tenure in singular roles, and I generally aim for a 1-page resume in those instances. Just a note for experienced professionals working with a 1-page resume: you'll want to make sure that you insert your education at the bottom of the resume rather than closer to the middle or top. Leading with education ahead of work experience is a strategy that is reserved specifically for new or recent grads or students. If you've been in a role for 10, 15, 20 or more years, then you've done a lot. But you need to resist the urge or temptation to tell the reader literally everything you've ever done. Instead, we want to make sure that what we're sharing in our resume is targeted towards the target job and target employer that we're going after. And when we're sharing accomplishments, we're sharing the best stuff. The best stuff as it relates to your target role. And as a refresher, we always want to make sure that when we write our accomplishments, that we write them with the 5R framework in mind. And the 5 R's are: we want to reframe our accomplishments so that they are relevant to our target role and relate to our target role, that they reinforce required and desired strengths and skills in our target role, and they resonate with our target employer. Because we can't show progression over a period of time by stepping into new roles, we need to illustrate the expansion and breadth of our skills and strengths that we've gained under our one singular role. The way to do this is we might share some more accomplishments than we might if we had multiple roles to work with, but rather than including a massive number of bullets and possibly getting into a bullet barf scenario, we want to give the reader's eyes a break. And we do that by using categories to split up our accomplishments. These categories are going to be reflective of the core and fundamental skills and strengths that are required in our target job. We're gonna use Pam Beasley Halpert's resume as an example here. While we use Pam's resume as an example in the multiple jobs, one employer video, if we go a little further back in time, we know that there was a time where Pam had only ever had one job, and that was as receptionist. So let's go back in time and assume that she is gunning for the office administrator role, a role that she would later go on to earn. So we know that as office administrator, Pam's job and core mandate would be to make sure that the office keeps running like a well-oiled machine. Pam would of course be managing operations and administration as the office administrator. So operations management and administration would be a great first category of accomplishments. Next, she'd need to be giving the sales teams tools so that they could go out and make sales. So the second category of accomplishments might be something like sales enablement or sales support. And finally, office administrator might have some component of client-facing work. So we give her a third category of accomplishments, which might be customer service. So now that we've identified the 3 skill categories that we're going to use, what Pam needs to do is select her 3 best accomplishments that demonstrate each of those main skill categories from her time as receptionist. My recommendation typically is to aim for 3 categories of skills and then allocate 3 accomplishments to each of the skill categories. So you'd have a total of 9 accomplishment bullets. And while this strategy doesn't show progression over time with the acquisition of new roles or stepping into new jobs, what it does show is the acquisition of new strengths and skills as it relates to the target job. You are not alone in having one job for a long period of time. And having one job for a long period of time isn't a bad thing. While loyalty isn't valued the same way that it used to be, your ongoing commitment to your employer's mission and showing that you have deep and a breadth of expertise in your areas of specialty are very much appreciated by potentially new employers. And here's my cue for you. If you've been in a long-term role, how long has it been? How will you change your resume up based on this video? Is there anything you're struggling with? Tell me anything and everything in the comments below. As you know, I make a lot of videos, but I also make free guides to help you in your job search. If you'd like my free cover letter guide and checklist, make sure to sign up for it. The link is in the description below. And if you liked this video and found it helpful, give it a like, share it with a friend, and click on my face over there and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.